Hey guys, welcome. This is a study guide for the test that is open from 129 to 27, and it's about the rise of Nazis and fascist governments in the Weimar Republic and the Great Economic Depression after World War I that enabled all these fascist governments to rise in Europe. So you got to know that the Treaty of Versailles and the economic global depression in the 1930s contributed to the rise of fascist dictatorships in Germany and Italy. Also, you have to know that the Weimar Republic was a government set up after World War I that was generally hated by the people of Germany and weak. And many Germans are going to be against the Weimar Republic, and they're going to choose to support the fascist Nazi party because the Nazis are going to promise to end the economic hardships and Great Depression that was going on in Germany after World War I. Okay, so you may take a look at a pyramid, and at the top of the pyramid you may see World War II, and the bottom you'll see World War I. And in the middle you'll see all sorts of reasons why World War II is going to happen. And these are all the causes of World War II. The Treaty of Versailles, the failure of the economies in Europe, the Great Global Depression, rise of fascist leaders like Hitler and Mussolini and Tojo in Japan, and then of course the military invasions of these aggressive nations. You know, Ethiopia was getting attacked by the Italians, and Czechoslovakia was invaded by the Europeans. The Germans and the Japanese attacked, land in China. All right, another thing. What type of governments characterized by extreme nationalism, censorship, militarism, and dictatorship? The type of government is a fascist state. Or, we learned about totalitarian dictator, but for this test, it'll be fascist state will be the answer, even though they're similar. The rise of fascism in Europe in the 1930s is linked to the instability caused by the worldwide depression. Things were so bad in Europe that people just wanted to pick a leader who promised to make Germany strong again and also make Italy strong and make Japan strong. You may read an excerpt about the Nazi boycott of Jewish businesses. Know that the Nazis were extremely anti-Semitic, and they ran a boycott against all Jewish businesses where they said, you will not be allowed to support Jewish businesses in Germany for any reason. Next, bitterness over the Treaty of Versailles, the loss of the Ruhr and overseas colonies, rising inflation and unemployment. These are all factors that led to fascism in Germany. Germany was in a massive depression, and the fascist leaders promised to end it. So, extreme nationalism, individuals existing only for the good of the state, and unquestioned loyalty to the leader. These are all characteristics of fascism, where you just listen to one leader blindly. After World War I, the rise of Benito Mussolini in Italy, he's a fascist dictator, and the rise of Adolf Hitler in Germany, he's also a fascist dictator. What are they associated with? Guys, they're associated with the development of fascism. That's a new style of government where the leaders have ultimate control and the people are only loyal to the state and they'll blindly follow the leaders. Rise of fascism in Italy and Germany. Why were these governments so popular? Because of the economic hardship, the Great Depression that everybody was facing after World War I. The people were basically starving to death, and they wanted, out of it. And the fascist leaders promised strength and stability. You may see a circle chart or a web chart, use of terror and force, extreme nationalism, devotion to a single ruler, and censorship of information. These are all done by fascist leaders like Hitler and Mussolini. In the 1930s, the economic stability, the problems, the Great Depression, led to the rise of fascist dictators once again. Things were so bad, people were looking for anybody that would promise to get them out of the economic slump. What political leader gained power because the Weimar Republic was failing in Germany? This political leader is going to be none other than Adolf Hitler. He seized power after the Weimar government failed. Now, in the 1930s, this depression in Germany contributed to the rise of this Nazi party, because the Nazi party, they said they were going to get rid of these economic hardships and they're going to make Germany stable again. So, fascism in Italy. Who was the fascist leader of Italy? The fascist leader of Italy is Benito Mussolini. You need to know that. Now, Mussolini and Hitler, they're both similar because they both led fascist states. They're both authoritarian governments. They're both totalitarian, and they were both fascist leaders of fascist states. Now, the Nazis are going to rise to power. Why? Because World War I, Germany was defeated. They had all these debts. They lost their colonies. Then there was a weak government in Germany, and the German people hated this Weimar Republic. It was seen as such a weakling government. And there was hyperinflation in Germany. There was widespread unemployment, and there was a global depression. And the fascist leaders like the Nazis and Hitler promised to get Germany out of this depression. And they promised to get revenge on everybody. And it was crazy. The people believed it. Fascist leaders in Italy and Germany, why did they rise to power in the 1920s and 30s? They rose to power in the 1920s and the 1930s because they would exploit these economic hardships, and they would say, we will make Italy powerful. We will make Germany powerful. And the people believed it. Harsh terms included in the treaties ending World War I, the harsh terms in the Treaty of Versailles, they can be used to explain basically the rise of Nazism in Germany. Germany was punished so much by the Treaty of Versailles that people in Germany wanted to do anything to get back in power and anything to get their country back. And they believed in Hitler and the Nazis would give them that power back. So Nazi Germany and fascist Italy and communist Russia, what were they all similar? They were all similar because they established fascist totalitarian governments where there was one leader that had total control. So thanks for watching, guys. I need you to watch this video once, twice, 3 times. Watch it as many times as you need to. Then I need you to go and take this test. Everybody, good luck on the test. It's great working with you, and keep working hard.